Welcome back to Streamline Investigations. It's Marvin speaking. This is by Australians News as AI-generated fake news sparked frenzy in missing Gus case. Awful. AI images and fake news plague investigations into missing 4-year-old Gus Lamont. Thousands of people share fake updates on missing boy, claiming he was seen being bundled into the car by an unfamiliar man, but the image was generated by artificial intelligence, sparking concerns about the spread of misinformation online. Experts warn that the use of AI in such cases raises huge ethical concerns and can cause deep hurt to families. Definitely, that is not good at all, people. And it is important to put the right information out there because, like I said, you know, a lot of people want this young 4-year-old found who went missing now, 15 days ago, which is just absolutely awful. So let's just concentrate on the case and legitimacy and what the actual police are actually saying so far. We'll move into some news, people, by current affair, talking about missing Gus Lamont.
Remote South Australia, a sheep grazing station south of Yunta, 300 kilometres north of Adelaide. This is where 4-year-old August Lamont, or Gus, was last seen.
A 4-year-old lad, they just don't disappear into thin air. They have to be somewhere. So our job is to try and find which way he's gone.
Described by his family as a quiet but adventurous boy, they're desperate for him to be found, but police say there's little hope of him being found alive.
The search for Gus has probably been one of the largest, most intensive searches for a missing person conducted in South Australia in recent times.
Our little boy lost. Wants his mum. Everyone pulls together in this sort of country. You just drop what you're doing and go. You don't question it.
Little Gus was last seen by his grandmother on Saturday the 27th of September at about 5 p.m. at his family's homestead, playing in a mound of dirt. At 5:30, his grandmother couldn't find him and reported him missing to police at 8:30. An hour later, police...
That was 3 hours later, she reported him missing. So basically, they were looking for him for 3 hours. Surely, after half hour, 45 minutes, you call the police. And why is it that I keep going back to it? The family members, his actual mum, who still lives on the station, haven't said anything yet. She's been on, obviously, the news have got photos and videos of her walking around. But like I said, surely if you're really concerned, you would say something, wouldn't you? At least a few words to say, look, I'm really distressed. And I need everybody's help in finding. But obviously, we've heard by the Daily Mail that the family do not want help or any other services helping them, which is quite bizarre in a missing 4-year-old boy.
Arrive and a search is launched. The next day, that search is ramped up. Police, SES, helicopters, drones and water police searching a 2.5 kilometre radius of the family property. On Tuesday, a family spokesperson talks to the media.
Our hearts are aching and we are holding on to hope that he will be found.
The same day, a boot print is found at the property, but later ruled out as not related. On Wednesday, the 1st of October, major crime detectives arrive on scene, but there's no suggestion of foul play. Thursday, the family release a photo of Gus and the Australian Defence Force joins the search. Still, no sign of him. On Friday, the 3rd of October, the search is scaled back.
We've all been hoping for a miracle. That miracle was not eventuated.
So what's next in the search for Gus?
I think they'd be looking at possible accident. They would be looking at third-party involvement in terms of the child being abducted. I think all avenues of inquiry are open at the moment.
Forensic psychologist Tim Watson-Munro says for him, the case is a chilling reminder of another little boy who went missing, William Tyrrell.
We remain optimistic, but being realistic, given the effluxion of time, if he's wandered off somewhere on the property, it's hard to see how a 4-year-old could survive on their own resources for this period of time.
definitely.
In addition to the search activity, there has been concurrent inquiries undertaken as a matter of course, as you would expect when a 4-year-old child goes.
The other thing is I want to say as well, you know, if there was a vehicle coming in that was unrecognised, surely a neighbour or someone working on the station or a neighbour would say, look, I saw this odd vehicle parked up, it was dodgy looking, I've never seen that car in the area before. No one said anything like that. This is why I believe, we believe that basically Gus technically had not gone too far, should I say.
Missing, and those inquiries are continuing.
Acting South Australian Police Commissioner Linda Williams says the family is fully cooperating with the investigation.
The investigation is now being managed by Missing Persons Section, which is part of Major Crime Investigation Branch, and that's where all long-term cases such as this are managed and investigated, which is standard practice.
A family friend spoke out, shutting down speculation of the child being snatched from the property.
Stop with the conspiracy theories. This child has not been taken. The property, in theory, there's a public road, but in reality, there are 6 gates on that road out to the highway.
Obviously, everyone at home watching has their own theories. Is that helpful?
I think it's totally unhelpful. I mean, as a nation, we're riddled with armchair detectives. In fact, I think globally we are. And everyone always has an opinion based on very little information.
You would think it'd be quite easy to find a toddler that's just walked away from the sandpit.
Former homicide detective Charlie Bazina says police would be looking at all avenues.
When you're looking at the location of the property, we know we've got dingoes out there, foxes, feral cats, wedge-tailed eagles and the likes. To me, it's starting to look like every indication of, as long as the police are happy with the family and their bona fides, that it may well be a situation where he may have been taken by an animal.
As the search continues, at the heart of the investigation, a little boy missing who needs...
The thing is, surely if he was taken by an animal, there would have been blood. There would have been some kind of evidence to say that this little boy was attacked and dragged away by something.
to be found.
It's a matter of, we need to find answers for the family. We'll do as best we can to the extent we can, but a line will be in the sand where they're going to say, you know what, we've done everything possible, and this may remain a mystery forever and a day.
My God.
Well, let's hope
that's what we don't want.
that's not the case and police come up with answers soon.
That was the... Yeah, so quickly, just going back to the, obviously, the basically CID homicide detective officer and what the police are saying. I still think our answers are closer to home than what we think. And the only other thing is that he was taken away out of the area by a family member for some reason. We know there's squabbles about money, which we've heard in-house fighting. Gus's real father doesn't get on with the grandparents, so it's said, or the grandfather, mother, should I say. It's all really strange and up in the air, but it is good to keep hearing from experts who are still really up for the challenge in finding Gus. Let's just hope that this case doesn't die out, as that homicide officer said, and then we've got a missing boy's case for years upon end, and nothing's resolved. We don't want to hear that. We're going back, obviously, to the problem is the picture was generated by artificial intelligence. Who's putting these fake things up? This is absolutely awful. Awful. I mean, if family are legit and they don't know what happened, you don't want to be seeing those things, to be honest with you. It really is terrible, and that should be stopped. I am doing something with Ali Harris a little bit later on, people, but we'll go through that. Okay, you take care. Thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Investigations. And like I said, Ali has got a bit more information today, which she would like to discuss. But we were going to do a live, because obviously the difference between the UK time and Australian time, we're going to do it as a video and we'll put it out for you all, for you to see in the morning, people. Thank you very much indeed. Take care.